touring the Northern Bahamas? You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. It has been 1 week now since the 2019 New Year's Junkanoo Parade, yet the controversy continues. Tonight, members of the Classic Dancers are giving their views on the parade, and as Jay Philippe tells us, the Classic Dancers are not happy with the results.
The 2019 New Year's Parade is over and done with. It's history. Winners were announced in the A and B category. However, the real question is, what is the objective of Junkanoo? Is it fun? Is it competition? Who knows? Grandmamas want answers.
The Classic Dancers is one of the groups still seeking answers. In fact, they were the only group disqualified in the A category. Chairman of the group, Janesso Thomas, says he's disappointed with the ruling.
I feel it wasn't a fair judgment because with the rules stating that your lead marshal is supposed to be notified of any infractions that the group incur, our lead marshal was never notified, the grand marshal was never notified, and we went down the parade route anticipating that we were going to come out victorious or competitive in the New Year's State Junkanoo Parade. But to get disqualified and not knowing until the day after when the results was read, it was very disheartening on behalf of the Classic Dancers members.
Thomas says as a group leader, he's certain that the Classic Dancers met the minimum member requirement and should not have been disqualified from the parade.
We had the minimum amount required, which was 100 members. We started the first lap with 120 members, and we only 2 persons for the second lap didn't go because we had 2 costumes we didn't make the second lap, which was our lead, which I was pushing, and then off the shoulder, which the breakdown off after the first lap. So 2 persons from 120, and now you saying we only had 92. The chairman for the committee saying we had 82. There's still some inconsistencies in the count.
Co-chairman Malcolm Smith says it is a puzzling situation and they are still unclear as to why the group was disqualified.
You could tell that something just wasn't adding up. He touched on the fact that, you know, they disqualified us saying that we didn't have sufficient members on the road. But if you go back and you get the stories and the feedback from the penalty judges that were on the streets, everybody says, and there actually were some discrepancies with regards to the count. We had several persons that actually said that we were over the 100 persons allotted. As far as we know within ourselves that we had some shortcomings, those we accept fault for, but definitely in terms of membership and bodies being on the road, we know that we were definitely well within our required amount, and we should not have been disqualified from that standpoint.
However, Malcolm offered some advice for the Junkanoo committee moving forward.
The only thing I would ask is that we at this point in time, obviously that the parade is already passed. The only thing that I would want is for them to actually go back and review whatever can be done. Because at this point in time, when you're talking about debating about body count, I mean, how could you really and truly physically go back and put a count onto something like that? In my opinion, I honestly don't see how that could be rectified. The only thing that I would say urge would be moving forward. I feel that some sufficient training, some additional training need to be given to those persons who are in the penalty judging.
Leaders of the Classic Dancers says their biggest concern right now is keeping their members motivated. They say given the many sacrifices members have made in preparation for the parade, to be disqualified at the end of the day is very discouraging. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
Well, the Grandmama Children's Home is currently undergoing renovations. And in addition to the upgrades, Executive Director Sheila Johnson-Smith says that the home is also in need of a psychologist. Smith adding that many of the children are in need of counseling because of the hardships they've had to endure.
Children have so many issues, emotional, because of the tragedies and the trauma they have suffered in their young lives. We can supply the physical aspect of the home for the children, but that deep emotional, troubling state that they're in, we need to have a psychologist come in and to heal them. We can only do so much.
Well, there are some 20 children currently residing in the children's home, 2 of whom are disabled and need extra care and attention. Smith is appealing to persons specializing in psychology to assist them in this regard.
Because these are children of the future, and so we have so many hurting people walking around, like we say, the walking wounded. We want to be things are important to us going forward.
And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Welcome. Kevin from Nassau asked, my mother is in her mid-60s and has given up driving at night. She says it's because of night blindness. I've never heard of night blindness before. What is it? Kevin, thanks for a great question. Night blindness is a fairly common vision problem, particularly for older adults. As we age, many processes in our bodies begin to work differently. And for many of us, that includes our vision. If your mom had good vision in the past, she's likely experiencing some age-related changes to her eyes. Cataracts can often cause difficulty with night driving because of the glare from oncoming headlights or because of blurring caused by cataracts. Other causes of night blindness include glaucoma, diabetes, vitamin A deficiency, or side effects of certain medications, such as some drugs used to treat high blood pressure or rheumatoid arthritis. An examination by an eye specialist can help determine the specific cause of night blindness. Treatment is directed at the underlying cause when possible. Remember, the earlier a problem can be diagnosed, the greater the chances of improvement or recovery with treatment. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away. A check on sports is up next with Junkanoo.